It's been a bit of a hubbub over here. So I wanted to just share a quick update because I was able to redo my studio, which is really exciting. So I wanted to give you a quick tour of that and also just kind of give you a little glimpse into what I'm working on right now.
Everyday paint.
Hi, so I wanted to share a quick update because I have been in the middle of commissions for the last forever, it feels like, but it probably has only been maybe 2 months. But I have been working, doing portrait commissions, and then I also was doing some abstract commissions. So I've been so honored to be able to work on all these commissions at the same time, but it posed an entirely new challenge. How do I work on 15 pieces at the same time? It's been pretty much impossible to put everything away because there's a bunch of stuff that's drying at the same time. And so I really ran into the frustration, which is insane, but the frustration of when your art business is going well, you can't put everything away. That has been really intense because what I found was I didn't want to finish one piece and then start the next piece, especially because I work in oil paint. So that means that things need to dry in between. Plus, I found I really liked working kind of like an assembly line where I did all of the drawings first, and then I did all of the underpaintings first. And then now I'm moving into doing all the backgrounds. I've had to finish some of the portraits faster than others, either because I had a set deadline where those people needed those pieces, or I just really felt like I needed to offload some and get them out of the studio because they were taking up room. So I have been really excited to revamp my studio situation with that. It required me to not only shift my living space to accommodate all these pieces being able to be up at the same time, but it also forced me to revamp my mental space. I had to shift away from having one piece that I was kind of tinkering at for an extended amount of time, which is how these big pieces, the Holy Humans pieces, have been working, as I've been able to have them up for a long time. I live with them, I'm able to shift on them and work with them a little bit every day. But all of a sudden I had 15 commissions in my lap and I had to transform my working style. And that has been actually a real gift to me, because what it meant was, whereas half of my living space I had abdicated, it's now studio space. Which is actually really nice to honestly to have a space that feels inviting when I sit down to work, you know? And it's interesting for me because I just did a video about how to have a space that is functional for working, especially for working large, and how to have your studio at home in a way that is not impactful on the rest of your life and also somehow maximizes your space. I still stand by 99% of that. But what I found for me was there was a transformation in my business where it went from I don't have really any deadlines or commitments to other people to I had now commitments to 15 people. And that's a shift for me. And my space had to transform to accommodate that. How do I transform from being an artist who makes art for myself and for people who may connect with it, but being an artist who's now making work specifically for other people? That was a huge shift. It was a huge shift. Like, everything I've worked on for the past 2 months has had a specific person it was guaranteed to go to. And I'm going to be real, I don't think I've ever fully immersed in commission work like that, ever. And it's been fascinating and freeing, because what it's allowed me to do is, because I know these pieces have a home, I don't have to worry about where they're going to go in my house when they're done, where I'm going to store them. What it's empowered me to do is to channel what that person needs, rather than creating abstract pieces or even portrait pieces where I know they're going to sit in my inventory. What happens with those is I'm kind of creating with this ambiguous home in mind. Whereas with these pieces, I know the home that it's going to. I know the person it's going to. I know, sometimes I even know the room it's going into. And it's able to, I was able to quickly tap into what that needed to be and finish it. It's been a fascinating journey. The point of this, of what I'm trying to share, is I want to share with you that your space can completely transform to fit what you need it to be. So whether that's your home, you can transform your home anytime you need to transform your home. It's your space. You get to do what you want with it. And also your working space. Your working internal space and your working external space can shift as is necessitated, right? Like you are still you no matter how you're working. You're still you no matter where you're working. And it's incredibly important to remember that your work gets to change as is appropriate and as you are called. As you are called to transform yourself, transform. You're not stuck. Even if you just shifted your studio around last week, even if you just shifted your house around last week, if you need to change it this week because that is what the universe is calling you to do it. Bite off more than you can chew. I'm gonna be real. I bit off 15 commissions in a month and I've never done it. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it. I'm still not done. Like, I'm late. But I would not trade that challenge. I would not trade trusting myself that this was going to give me not only a new set of skills, but a new confidence in what I can do. I encourage you to trust yourself, trust your process, and take a really big leap into a really big challenge in your work and see what comes out of it. And I think a big part of that, as I've learned, a big part of that is going to be what happens in your brain and what happens in your physical space. Not necessarily what happens on the canvas or what happens in your music. Like, it's just going to shift everything else. So that's what I got to share today. I'm really excited to be on this journey with you. I hope that you will give me some comments below and let me know, like, what are you working on right now? How is it different from what you've worked on in the past? And also, like, what big goals, what big challenges are you feeling like are a little scary, but you think you're ready for? Tell me about that, because I really want to hear about it. Okay, I hope you have a great day.